Starting a little video here, I want to show you a flood that takes a right-hand turn and actually a U-turn. We're talking about the formation of the Grand Canyon. One of my biggest critics tells me that floodwaters will never do that. Well, we had a big rainstorm, and you can see that a lot of water rushed over the side of our little cliff here. And I'm going to walk down and get down to the beach. But as it went down to the beach, and that's the Chesapeake Bay in the distance, as it would have gone down to the beach, it would have encountered a sand dune, and there's a little breach here, but much of the water flowed along this direction right here. And it's a little bit of a walk to get where we're going, but the water would have flowed parallel to the beach along this sand, along this grassy area here. And as it did so, it would have had to dodge around a lot of different kinds of debris or whatever. But basically, it's just water. It's seeking its own level. It's seeking to go out to the Chesapeake Bay. And as it's doing that, it forms little channels. This channel has been walked on quite a bit. But the formation I want to show you is, this is actually a little bit of an uplift, okay? It's very difficult to see, but there is a small uplift here of maybe about 6 or 8 inches. And there's a small little area where the water would have collected, and it flowed over that uplift. And look at what happens. The Grand Canyon does in fact have back and forth U-turns and 90-degree angle turns. And the critics tell me that floodwaters would never do such a thing. Well, take a look at this, Mr. Critic. Here is a 180-degree U-turn by the floodwaters, okay? And you can see that against that far wall, there were vertical, a lot of footprints in it right now, but there was vertical wall and even an inverted vertical wall. The very features that my critics tell me would never have ever formed if Grand Canyon was formed by a flood. So we have floodwaters that flowed all the way down the beach from where we came down, flowed along here, found an opening through which to flow, a narrow opening, just like you see on Grand Canyon. Then it expanded out, and the main channel cut a very steep wall flowing out here. This is akin to the Kaibab uplift that the Grand Canyon cut through. Water, flood water, rapidly. This happened overnight, folks. And again, I want to show you, here it is. It looks eerily like the Grand Canyon. Narrow opening, much wider, different kinds of things, formations in the center, and a complete 180-degree U-turn followed by a right turn going out to the Chesapeake Bay, which would be similar to the ocean that the Grand Canyon's river, ultimately the Colorado River, actually flows into. So folks, when they tell you that the Grand Canyon had to take millions and millions of years to form, no, it didn't. It did not. Water flowing along the beach, narrow opening it finds, cuts through an uplift, and ultimately goes to the bay. So, the critics of the Grand Canyon, you're just going to have to deal with it. It was formed rapidly by floodwater over the course of a very short period of time.